The yearly Warframe celebration always comes bearing gifts. Now, you might be wondering, are these gifts actually worth using or not? Well, I got great news for you. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Dex Furis. And my friends, if you're on the fence about this weapon, yes, it's 100% worth investing in. As always, my name is Leyzar, and I got a couple of builds lined up for you. Something cheap, something affordable, something that mostly anybody will be able to build. But of course, we also have a crazy setup with a riven. That said though, please bear in mind that my builds and guides usually take a new player friendly approach, especially on weapons such as these, which can be obtained by MR nothing players. So I'm gonna be taking my time and explaining all of the aspects that veteran players should already be accustomed to. So in case you're a veteran, and you already know most of this stuff, please bear with me. And with that out of the way, let's jump into the Dex Furis. Let's begin by checking out how the weapon handles without any mods equipped, and for that, just a couple of free shots. Now the Dex Furis is a super easy to use weapon which is fantastic for new players, or newer players. This one is a pair of automatic pistols, and as you can see, you just keep your trigger finger pressed down and you're gonna be unloading 100 bullets into your target. Now, that's all well and good, but let's check out the accuracy. We're gonna take about 15 meters till the target. Full 100 bullets, and as you can see, it's a little bit all over the place. While the fire rate is fantastic, it's a little bit of spray and pray, so bear that one in mind. Now the reload on this one is fairly quick at 2.0 seconds, and the recoil is basically non-existent. Okay, it juggles a little bit, but what can you expect, right? Now let's jump into stats to have a closer look at what we're dealing with. We got a mod capacity of 60 out of 60, and here's the good thing about the Dex Furis, especially again for new players, it comes with a pre-installed Auto King Catalyst. Normally this one costs 20 plat, or you gotta farm it. It's very important for basically any weapon in Warframe. This one doubles your mod capacity. Oh, and it also comes with a weapon slot, so that's also awesome. You don't need to spend plat on that one. You're still gonna have to format a couple of times. I recommend you plug in 2 or 3 format into your Dex Furis depending on what build you chose. Go for V symbols or Madurai. And normally, my friends, when you're wondering, hey, how should I format my Dex Furis? Well, take a look at the most expensive mods in terms of drain. For example, this one, 14 V symbols or Madurai. So format for Madurai. You get it, right? That said, accuracy of 15.4, which is decent, but unfortunately it means that we cannot really use Magnum Force. As you saw earlier in the accuracy test, it's kind of a bit all over the place. I would not encourage Magnum Force unless you want to use the weapon only in close range combat, in which case just go melee or get a shotgun. Critical chance of 14% with a critical multiplier of 2.0x. Now this one is a bit of a debate. It's so on the edge of being worth it. Basically, if this was 12% critical chance, it would have not been worth the build crit. But as it is, yes, we're still gonna be going for critical chance. Fire rate of 20, absolutely freaking fantastic, especially that we're gonna be using Lethal Torrent on it, but it does create some ammo issues. I got 100 magazine, which is fantastic, but did you take a look at my ammo reserves? Only 400. Now, in order to fix those ammunition problems, so you will run out during missions, you can use a companion such as this guy over here, Carrier, or if you don't like the normal version of Carrier, you can use Carrier Prime. They have a fantastic mod by default. It's called Ammo Case, and this will fix all of your ammo issues unless you're overzealous with the fire rate, so bear that one in mind. For now, we're going to be taking it off because we have two additional ways to fix it. The other way to fix it is going to the Weapon Excellence mod slot. Again, if you're newer to Warframe, this one costs 20 plat to unlock, or you can farm what you need to actually make the Weapon Excellence mod slot. I don't recommend it if you're just starting out in Warframe. If you're MR 4, 5, 6, 7, something like that, ignore this mod for now. But if not, you can go with Pistol Ammo Mutation, which again solves your ammo issues. And the last way to fix it is by using these things. These are consumables. These are Squad Ammo Restore. Okay? It's fine. Any way you choose to go about it is going to be totally fine. You can bind that to your macro on your mouse and just drop it like that without pulling out the wheel. It's a lot more streamlined like that. Where were we? Oh yes! Multi-shot of 1, a single bullet per shot. Noise alarming. Reload of 2 seconds, which again is decent. Riven disposition 5 out of 5, which is absolutely beautiful. Now my friends, we want the Riven disposition as high as it can possibly get. This reflects weapon popularity, so the higher the Riven disposition is, the lower the weapon popularity and vice versa. You get how that works? Yeah. Basically, a higher Riven disposition will mean that we're going to be getting a lot big stats on our Rivens, okay? It doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be good. That depends on your luck, your roll, RNG, and so on and so forth, but we're going to be getting tons of stats on our Rivens. And if you don't know what Riven mods are just yet, look at the cards right now for a full tutorial on them. Basically, they're personalized mods which can pack one hell of a punch. Now, status chance 28%, which is super solid, trigger automatic. The damage, well, you got the full array of IPS, impact, puncture, and slash, and the highest amount is gonna be puncture. Now, my friends, puncture in Warframe is not exactly the most desired physical type, but it does have bonus damage when it comes to hitting armor, so bear that one in mind. A total of 16 damage, this is per bullet. Okay, so this is per bullet. And with that out of the way, let's jump into a standard build. And we got a whole lot of damage with Hornet Strike, multi-shot with Battle Diffusion, as well as Lethal Torrent. Also, we're going to be getting some nice fire rate out of this one, bumping up the fire rate to 32, which is absolutely insane. We got critical chance, critical damage combo between Target Cracker and Pistol Gambit. And yes, my friends, if you got the Prime versions, go straight for the Prime versions on this weapon. The Prime versions make one hell of a difference. I mean, take a look at this. From 30% critical chance right now to 40.2. And when it comes to critical damage, you're going to be getting 4.2x instead of 3.2. But for the sake of demonstration, initially, guys, we're gonna go with the normal mods because not everybody has Prime mods. So bear that one in mind. Now, when it comes to the elements on the weapon, we got 3 elemental mods. We got Pistol Pestilence, Scorch, and Convulsion. We made Corrosive in combination with Heat. Now, ever since the status rework, it's become even more important to change your elements depending on your encounter. For example, I know I'm going to be shooting Corrupted Heavy Gunners right now. So for me, this is the ideal combination, especially in general against heavily armored targets. Corrosive is still very good. But if I was to fight Corpus, for example, or I was to fight the Infested, I would definitely change out the Corrosive for viral damage, okay? So bear that one in mind. In this case in particular, viral will not be performing better than Corrosive, so bear that one in mind. A bit of an additional explanation on why the 90 mod and not the 60-60 mod. Now the 60-60 mod, let's go Corrosive. For electricity is called Jolt. There are 2 reasons why I did not use this mod. One, it's expensive, so this is the cheapo build. Nothing here is expensive. And second of all, actually, I want my corrosive to be higher than everything else. I want it to be proc priority number 1. So as you can see, I got 76.5. It's proc priority number 1. If I was to go like this, it would still be proc priority number 1, but it wouldn't be as high. So once again, I recommend 190, 160, 60, and use Scorch as a secondary element, as in the heat you get from it. 61.6 status chance, and you got corrosive and heat now on the weapon, accompanying the IPS. Now let's test out the weapon and see how she performs. Oh, by the way, if you don't know what to sink your endo in, only Hornet Strike is a huge endo sink. Leave that one too free from the top while you get more endo. So bear that one in mind. Level 120, Corrupted Heavy Goons, and let's see how this beautiful weapon performs. Did you catch the nozzle flare on this one? Basically, a single magazine normally is more than enough to take out one of these heavily armored targets. And you know what? You can get this weapon at MR nothing. MR1, MR2, MR whatever. Fully equipped with a catalyst and the weapon slot, which is absolutely amazing. This weapon, as you can see, is fully capable of taking out high-level targets. Now let's count the status procs, just for kicks and lows. Hold on, don't die. Don't! Damn it. I wanted to stop at the very end. I didn't. I apologize. Alright, so I got 4 impacts, 10 punctures, 3 slashes, 21 hits, and 10 corrosive. You see why I use the 90 now? I want corrosive more, because corrosive stacks up to 80% armor removal. So again, it's important for corrosive to be proc priority number 1 by as high as possible. Here's my issue right now, my friends. Damn it! Where's me ammo? Me ammo is completely gone, but I do have ammo mutation, so I can pick up whatever ammo from the ground. Normally you would use vacuum or something like that, and it will be transformed into pistol ammo, so there's that. This is the standard build, my friends. This is what you should be going if you want a solid starting build. And of course, you can further amplify it with prime mods. Now, ever since the change to status mechanics, people have been going crazy over viral damage because viral right now is a lot more powerful than it was before. But it's not the best on everything, so bear that one in mind. We're going to be showcasing that just for kicks and lulz, just to make sure people understand it and all whatnot. So we're going to go with cold and toxin. And now we got viral and heat instead of corrosive heat, and we're going to be testing on the same targets as before. Viral is proc priority number 1 by a pretty large margin, that's 76 point something damage. There you go, not even close to killing off a target, still on 30% to 20-30% if you count the slash damage. Let's try it again, maybe it was a fluke. Nope, not even close. Okay, point made. I hope not in this case, my friends. But again, if I was shooting Infested or even Corpus, I think I would ditch the corrosive and go for viral damage. Just stop slapping viral on everything and expecting it to be great. It's not how that one works. Now, my friends, it's time for a riven setup, and these are the endgame setups, as I like to call them. First of all, prime pistol gambit, prime target cracker, a lot more critical chance, a lot more critical damage, and I got this one. This one is actually mine. I rolled it myself. Damage, critical chance, puncture, and minus zoom. Now, I didn't want the puncture, okay? I didn't want it. I wanted it as a negative, but the god saw fit to give me like this, so I still got a whole lot of critical chance, a lot of damage. And you know what? While that puncture is definitely not ideal, it still adds a whole lot of damage, which has bonus versus armor, so in this case, it's gonna be looking pretty good. So let's test out a weapon like so. No more weapon XL small slot either because, well, there's no room. But if I kill targets faster, I'm not gonna need them, so there's that. So before, without a Riven, without prime mods, I was killing off a target in basically a magazine, give or take a couple of bullets. And now, easily kill off 2 targets with the same weapon, which is absolutely fantastic. My friends, Afuris rivens is what you're after. Afuris rivens are 100% worth it. Try to get your hands on one. They're not expensive, okay? They're not expensive because we got plenty of awesome weapons in Warframe, awesome secondary weapons which pack one hell of a punch. But take a look at this. It just shreks. It just simply goes through target with like nobody's business. So do try to get a riven for this one. It's 100% worth it. If you're looking for a stat priority on it, that's when things become a little bit tricky, because normally, I'll tell you what sells, okay? I'll tell you what sells. Critical chance, critical damage, multi-shot, minus zoom, that's what sells. But critical chance in this case, I don't know. I don't know, to be honest. It's great if you can reach 100, and we're getting pretty close to 100. I still wouldn't use something like, hold on, let me show you, there's this mod here in Warframe, hydraulic crossers. I still wouldn't use this one. So I would go multi-shot as priority number 1 for the Riven. Damage and harmless negative. That, from my point of view, would be the ideal Riven. But if you get something like critical chance, don't ignore it. As you can see, it can pack one hell of a punch. And you know what? We can do even better than that with Lady Mirage Prime. Now, this is the section of Warframe buffs of the guide, my friends. We always do this because it's fun, so why the hell not? Against Grenier, corrosive projection is the way to go. You probably heard this like 1,000 times by now. It's slightly weaker than before, only minus 18% armor. And when it comes to arcanes, oh damn, I don't think I even buffed up my arcanes. It's called precision. Yeah, this is the brand new, well, the old new arcane. We're gonna distill this one like so. Okay, now we got 16, and now we're gonna be upgrading this one. I don't think I even needed to do that, but there you go. Rank 4 and rank 5. Oh, I was just supposed to click up, rank up, rank up, rank up. There we go, he got a rank 5 on the vid. Nice. So Arcane Precision, this one will give you 100% chance. Wow, 100% chance for 300% damage to pistols for 18 seconds. It should say to secondary weapons, not the pistols, but hey, it's Warframe. And the second one, which is a lot more important in this case, this one is called Arcane Avenger. My friends, 45% crit chance for 12 seconds. This one is a bonus additive after. So it doesn't apply to the base like a percentage. It simply stacks on top of what you already have. So I'm going to 115% crit chance, something like that. 21% chance on damage, which is absolutely fantastic. Not only that, but we're also going to be bumping up the level to 150. What you should know, because of the new scaling changes, there's not a huge difference anymore between a corrupted heavy gunner level 80 and a level 110 or something like that, okay? The EHP, effective hit points, have gone down tremendously because of the change in scaling armor. In armor scaling. I should have flipped that one around. So there you go. We're gonna activate Mirage's free ability for a fantastic damage increase, as well as her ever so lovely clones. And now, we're ready to go to town. Look at this, I mean... Now you see him. Now. Yeah, don't. It's beautiful, isn't it? It's absolutely fantastic. But this is made possible through the power of Lady Mirage Prime. She's a fantastic Warframe. She's in my top 3, definitely. The problem with Mirage Prime, even though she's so sensuous, so voluptuous and all whatnot, the problem is she cannot freaking stay alive for the life of her. Honestly, no matter what I do, I can't seem to keep this Warframe alive against actual high-level targets. Now, not alone. You can do it with your friends. If you got like a couple of supports in your team, sure, you can make Lady Mirage work. For a good amount of time, she was also the most powerful Eidolon hunter in terms of damage. Not the most comfortable one. No, but still the one that was able to deal the most amount of damage thanks to Trinity and constantly babysitting the team. Nowadays, unfortunately, not anymore because they removed the self-damage, so there's that. No, I went off on a tangent, didn't I? I do that a lot, I cut them in edit usually. Time to draw some conclusions for this absolutely glorious secondary weapon. My friends, I don't care what MR you are. I still think this weapon rocks. I still think you should get it. I think you should fully build it, especially if you're low on MR. Up until MR12, something like that. Fully build and enjoy this absolutely glorious weapon. It's a bullet hose, so not everybody's into that, but I do love spraying my targets until they are no more. As always, my name has been Leyzar. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, favorite, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the content. If you got any sorts of feedback for me, I would love to read it in the comment section down below. Also in the comment section down below, if you guys want to suggest any particular type of content. Right now, I'm looking for weapon suggestions, my friends. Any primary and secondary weapon you guys want to suggest is definitely on the table, even though some of them don't really need updating, a good portion of them, that is. Melee is off the table because Melee 3.0 is still not a thing. God damn it, we're still waiting on the Rage thing or the Devil Trigger. You can also find me on Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, all the usual places. And if you love the content, consider supporting us via Patreon. Until next time, my friends. Bye-bye.